An entrepreneurial spirit is what comes with you. Basically, you develop it over time. And like it's your own motivation and your passion.
Welcome to Berlin Alley Girls, guys. This is Mary, and today my guest is Daniel Jach. Thank you for being here, Daniel.
Thanks for having me.
As I noticed, you worked in different consulting companies across Europe. You worked in Poland, UK, and in Germany.
Exactly, yeah.
And also nowadays, you are like a keynote speaker and you're flying to the Baltic conference. Exactly. As you know the startup scene, so tell me, do you know the difference between the Berlin startup scene in comparison to maybe the London ones?
Of course, sure. So I've been working in Berlin startups and the startup scene around 5 years now. So I've seen quite a lot, and it's actually quite a rapid growth and development we have here in Berlin and the startup ecosystem. It's actually quite fascinating because now due to Brexit and all that, Berlin is competing for #1 position in Europe. Actually, it's even called EU's Silicon Valley. So not only the techno scene, but also the tech scene.
Yeah.
Berlin is popular for. We actually had more venture capital in startups last year than London, I believe. First time now.
Crazy.
I believe, okay, London has more startup, like the average age of a startup is around 7 years. And the average age, 7 years, yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Like the crazy. Established startups, like the larger ones. And then we have like the Berlin startup where you have an average of 3.5 years. So, you know, it's like definitely younger. Yeah. And there's much more potential for development. So I believe we have quite a few things to see in the future, and I'm excited for that. I mean, London has a much greater population in UK, so you have a lot more startups in there over the history. And of course, you have the US venture capital firms and investment firms that invest there, but they're also coming to Berlin. So I'm really excited to see how it's going to develop.
You were also working at different consulting companies as Deloitte.
Yeah.
So first of all, what is Entrepreneur of Residence? Because this is your position.
Entrepreneurs in residence are basically external partners for the founders of a startup, basically. Like the mini founder from the outside, they're bringing in like fresh ideas and a different point of view, so a different perspective. Like I've worked in different industries, for example, like in different companies, and my input, I guess, is valuable to the founders because they're kind of stuck in a bubble with their thinking, and they need like people to challenge their ideas.
And tell me, what is the difference from a startup, like in comparison to a big company as Deloitte?
Yeah, it's completely different, honestly. Like all the big companies, they try to be startup, basically try to get that experience and the vibe. So I've worked in consulting and an established company here in Germany, and I can tell it's like completely different. So startup, you have more flexibility, right? Yeah, you can try different things out. You can just express yourself, experiment more, which is pretty cool. Of course, you have a little more chaos, right? You don't have the structures yet, you don't have the processes, but you have a lot of creative minds working on it. And the older the company gets, the more you start thinking about, okay, we can now build some more structure, add some more professionality, so to say. But in startup, everybody does everything. So you kind of have this creative chaos. I do a lot of stuff, but it's my position. But other people also, they're involved in every aspect of the company. And that's the fun part. Like it's more of a family, and you try to keep the family together and grow it and make everyone happy. So, yeah.
So, like you're building a team and you're like a family, as you said.
Exactly. Right? It's such an energetic and motivating feeling.
So, would you ever go back to like a big consulting firm or like a corporate company, or are you just like staying in the startup scene? Hey, this is my thing.
I don't know. Right now, I really like it. I've been involved in startups actually all my career. So I've been working in corporate, but also in digital management of a real estate company, but also cooperating with startups in like prop techs, focus on real estate technology. So I've always have the startup dimension to me, but I like it much more. Honestly, I feel more free in the startup world. But like a lot of consulting companies actually offer like their own incubators or like their own talent garages or innovation centers. Like Greenhouse, Deloitte has a greenhouse. It's quite a cool experience. You should go there, honestly. And like if you have, but yeah, I believe like you have a lot of projects where you can work on helping startups grow and building entrepreneurs of the future. And when you work like on different startup things and stuff, and you get to experience the startup world as well. So I wouldn't say like I would never go back to consulting, but maybe to a different field. Because they also have to develop, right? They have to become more digital, more innovative, more lean.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the future, right? That's where it's going to go.
Like I'm asking myself, where did you get like this entrepreneur spirit? So you grow up, I was like, I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to talk about entrepreneurship, or like, where does it come from?
Basically, I think it started when I was like a teenager. studying in school, and I was like, okay, I don't want to do school anymore. It's boring. It's too traditional. It's too classical. It's nothing that I want to do like longer. So I finished school a little earlier. Went to Berlin like at the age of 16. Started studying. I wanted some business basics to do my own stuff in the future, and I got the business basics. I started working already, gaining hands-on knowledge, and that was very important to me. And then like I did a lot of projects like Berlin Startup Incubator as well, and like different startup initiatives like Start Berlin, Start Global.
Berlin. Can you give us some advices where you like get all your news, your entrepreneurial development skills, or how do you stay updated with the startup world?
Of course. Like the entrepreneurship scene is pretty much a village, right? Everybody knows everyone, especially like in Berlin, in the city, that tight and connected. So a lot of networking is involved, a lot of vitamin B, like we Germans call it. You need a good network, and you need good people you can talk about, and then discuss ideas, discuss trends and development. I use like compressors, like news compressors. Yeah. Basically, Venture Daily does that. So they send you a kind of a summary of everything what's happening out there in the scene every day, like in the morning. So before I go to work, I kind of read it all, and then I have like an update of what's
like
going
I didn't
on.
Know that.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty cool. I just found it out for myself like a couple of months ago.
Before you go into an event, are you doing like a little bit preparation for yourself? You look to the speakers or person who can I meet there? Yeah,
the cool thing is you can actually talk to like the really successful entrepreneurs and like founders, even if you hit them up on LinkedIn, and then like at these events, they give you the opportunity to talk to them directly. I have a friend who has like a tactic. He makes a list of events, and then he's like, okay, am I going to go there? What's the value of this? And then he has like kind of a Google Sheet document where he tracks everything.
Nice.
Like, okay, this is the speaker I want to talk to, and this is like the content I want to learn. But I mean, like the events, like the topics are so similar, right? You have like all events are pretty much the same. And that's kind of a very radical view, but still, people go to events more for networking than for the knowledge they actually gain.
Thank you guys for watching. This was Berlin Alley Girls today with Daniel Jach, and please check him out. Like I'm linking his Instagram profile and all his other websites in the info box below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave me a like. And if you want to talk or have an interview with me and share knowledge about the entrepreneur scene in Berlin, then just write me a message. And
Thanks, Miri.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.